Kind of walked out.
Say 0 to
Yeah.
Then the 15 to 20 mils on Thursday. That night?
This is just draft. So if you want to just review. Okay. So the second paragraph is in accordance with section 14. The letter of.
You're good, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. Welcome everyone to the Nipissing Township Council meeting, Tuesday, February 7th, 6:30 p.m. I'll ask if there's any disclosure of pecuniary interest. Seeing none, we'll go to committee reports and start with Councilor Young.
I do have one tonight, or I guess I can see.
Absolutely.
So their first museum board meeting, February the 1st. Councilor Kirky is this year's chairperson. Everybody that's on the board was present. President Sayers, the secretary of the board. We have our schedule of meetings for the year, so we have 8 more, and they're all confidentially tonight, which is nice. And now in front of us. Chris is applying for the to the Trillium Foundation for to get our foundation fixed at the museum at the main building, and that was put forward that we should heat the crawl space from here on out. Doesn't have to be hot, it should be warm enough around the footings to keep them freezing down. The manager's position for the this year is coming out. It'll be circulated soon and going to hire sooner than later. And then museum man is going, starting date will be May the 1st, ending on September 29th. And then the students' positions will come out and be advertised later on. We have an event scheduled for this year. So Heritage Day will be Sunday, August 13th, and the Fall Festival will be September 10th. We're going to put a table out offering candy at the 1st of July celebration. Opening date for the museum will be the 24th of May, and the closing date is the 10th of May. Also, as was discussed, is the Russell Road celebration for this year, and Fred is going to look further into it. Discussion on the artifacts and inventory, the priorities will be moved till March 1st meeting to be discussed, but we're going to get at it and get it done. And that's all I have. Next meeting is March the 1st.
Good start. Okay, any questions? Okay, in that case, I'll move on to Councilor Foot.
So we did rec committee last night, so it was a great meeting. A lot of talk about upcoming events, and our closest one is our family skate. So putting things in place and the hot chocolate, making sure we had all our ducks in a row. We confirmed we have a DJ for that event, so we'll get that going with fireworks and everything else going for that day. We talked a lot about spaghetti dinner, which is coming up in March. And it's a community event. We're positioning it as a community event, bring the community together. We go raise funds that will go back into the pot for different things for the kids, whether it be soccer or whatever it is. We have decided at that meeting that we're not gonna ask for donations this year. So we've budgeted for everything to come out of our pockets. And just to give, I know people have helped us out a lot over the years, but we will reach back to those people that have helped us in previous years and say, thank you. We're not unappreciative, we just want to be there. So, and there's enough money and we can do it. So it'll be spaghetti dinner with garlic bread, homemade sauce. It'll all be done in the kitchen. In a certified kitchen, so it'll all be done in a certified kitchen. And we've got the volunteers, enough hands went up, it's gonna be a great event. So after that, we have coming up Easter egg. So the Easter egg, I want to say hunting, that's not what I'm looking for.
Scavenger.
Thank you, scavenger hunt, yes. So this year, we're gonna try and present it a little differently. What we'd like to try and do is entice the parents to come over. So they want to do it as a family event. And we're gonna toughen it up a little bit. Last year, we were easy because we gave them the clues and their eggs and they had to find the next one. So if we can position it as a family event, and the families will go on the scavenger hunt together. And that's what we'll do, and it's trying to get it all together and put it a little more fun. We've got quite a few tables going on. We've got the bags, where they're going to decorate their bags that they take around. We have Easter eggs being boiled for us. The kids will be able to decorate Easter eggs. Cookies are coming and they'll be able to decorate their cookies. And then the scavenger hunt, and away we go. So again, we'll do the same as we did last year. We put stuff in their bags and we put skipping ropes and bubbles into the bags. As part of it, if anybody has been told something different, we can do something different. But I know as a parent growing up, I never got enough skipping ropes for my kids, and they always went missing, right? Kind of thing, right? Another thing coming up on the calendar is bird boxes or bathhouses. So we're still on the hunt for what can we do. And we don't have it ironed out yet, but it will come. I think this year we're talking, there will be a cost. So we're gonna go a little higher end. We'll pay for part of it, but the kids or the parents will also pay for part of it. So they'll take it away and we'll do registration for that. So Will and Kristen have got that on lockdown and they're taking care of that for us. Those are the big things. We looked at budgeting and what's coming up and what kind of money we need. And we're working on trivia night. So I think trivia night will be a big one. At the end of the meeting, we talked a little bit about what we can do for the older kids. So we really have to come up with something for the older kids. So we'll work on some kind of dance or something for them. So fun. It's probably the best part of the day, right? The older kids. Okay. Any questions? I don't think I missed anything, did I?
Well, I'm thinking about getting some, sinking some rough lumber for birdhouses and bat boxes. Which you could probably get a donation of that.
So if you have any ideas, James is more than willing to talk. And if there's somebody out there that is willing to help him, he's more than willing to talk to somebody. But there's only one of them, right? So he had asked if there was anybody willing to help and we could do something a little different. Like he had found some patterns online, but it was one person with a lot of them.
Yeah.
And it could become very costly, right?
You got the calls from Turtle Creek Plain now. Nice wood, 8-inch, fine.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Go around for donations like that. Because it wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
He's just gonna need help to get it put together. So if we're gonna do something like that, he's gonna need some people that are got it, that can help him. So we judge him, we love it.
I said I'd help, but I don't know if he accepted my help or not.
I'm not
I
sure.
said I'm pretty handy.
I'm not sure you want to put a hammer in my hand.
I said, I've got a chainsaw, and that's the end of the discussion. But anyway, and they've got some good ideas and, things to
Yeah.
look into for sure.
Yeah.
And Turkey Plain, and that's an idea too.
Yeah, it's a call for it, packaging up and anything that's really old going out. If you're in China.
Wonder if what was the difference.
Yeah, like he's not there, and like he doesn't own it anymore, but
Oh, that's-
Peter's still there.
oh, that else.
He was the last time I talked to him.
Well, I'm talking to him on phone.
Yeah.
He said he wasn't ready to retire.
We can check.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Anything to make it better for the kids, right?
Yeah,
Home Depot has their own street cars. I'm not sure if they.
They tried.
They're,
So they did reach out to them and they said, no way, Jose.
yeah.
They need them, they need to hold on to them for their events.
We know another guy we could talk to, well, that has a lot of lumber in the warehouse that gets called. Right?
you're right. You're absolutely right.
Isn't Trevor Cooper the manager at Home Depot?
He's there, I'm not sure what he does. Like, they wanted $30+ for each. 30
Tony Hawkins, the manager of Commonwealth, right?
$30. So
Yeah, and after you say quality hardwoods, they put all their ends at the end of the road.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as you said that. Yeah. Yeah, we'll reach out. I'll talk to James tomorrow and we'll reach out.
Yeah.
Right here now.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah.
Identified a lot.
That's great.
Love it.
Okay, thank you. Thank everybody for their input. Steve?
Yeah, I have a couple.
Okay.
I have the Coas Library Board. We but Tina Martin was elected chair again for the coming year. Vice chair is Debbie Piper. Also, the Petroleum Resiliency Grant. We finished that up. We had our media event for that. And we were talking about the fundraising for 2023. There's a possibility of getting Lisa LaFlamme to speak at a library event, which would be held somewhere in North Bay at a dinner. You know, so much for dinner. So Debbie Piper's going to try and organize that event. The Maple Syrup Festival is just going to stay open from 10 to 4. But the Friends of the Library are planning a sale of craft items in the gift basket draw. And they're going to try and, Debbie's going to talk to the Lions Club to try and, because they used to do it, and talk to them about partnering with them for fundraising opportunities. They started a teen hour every day. Maybe too successful. I mean, you want the teens to come into the library, but right now we have 18 are coming in on a daily basis for an hour. Oh, yeah.
it's colder.
It's good to have a library as the hangout for the teens, but they're teens. And nothing wrong with teens, but there's only 2 staff in the place. So they may have been too successful. So we're looking into writing a code of conduct for the teams. Less than 18. But anyway, so we're working on that. The property committee they put a new coat of paint on the library walls. And that was by the library staff and volunteers. Debbie Piper and Tina Martin did that. The audit. The audit will be presented on February, the annual audit, be done on February 27th. And on the code of conduct, our room rental pamphlet, we okayed The room rental pamphlet for the coming year, we're trying to get rental space put out there. We have the space. 250 Clark, you can't get space at because they won't sell it all the time. So we have the homeschool, they rent space off the site. Like rent space on it. So it's all come together. We put our pamphlet out. Small event space. Working on that. And that's pretty much it for the library. And one thing that was Source Protection Authority. Elected officers, Dave Britton was elected again. And Shelley Belanger from Capino. Yes, Cameron, Capino Cameron. The big thing, probably the only thing on the agenda right now is the area inspection zones for water protection zone will be increased, mainly affecting the calendar area by 15%. So that it's going to affect septic inspections. It's all because of the movie and all the policy from what they looked at. And Dave Engel he's a source water lead on all of this. And talking to him, it looks like the mapping is going to change by 15%, increase by 15%. 40% more residents will be inspected, and that will entail about 200 more properties will fall into that inspection. But it'll be mostly in the calendar Bay area, so because that's in that 120-year zone. So that's pretty much it for source water. Our next meeting will be on April 22nd.
Okay. It's interesting for sure. Council Black. Okay. I missed Klein's meeting because of doctor's appointment. I did have an East Tone. Funding announcement, there was an increase in the resident health and well-being program, but at present, the exact monthly allocation for the programs is unknown, but whatever money they get will go in direct care and helping hands program. System and program change, beginning with the first pay period in January, the new payroll system is being used. And you mentioned cameras. Well, they sourced the new cameras. Each camera, since they got the original price, went up 33%. So, 33% more than originally budgeted. Construction, they call it progress draw. Every time I hear it, I think somebody's winning something, but progress draw is we have to draw money from East Home to pay off construction. And number 7 was 73,000. Siemens are adding runs for rooftop controllers, network camera and door cabling proceeding. Staffing, the government made another announcement for more hours of care, and this increase will require more staffing. Somebody said it's only half an hour a day for 128 people, you know, so that's 7 days a week. So more staffing, and right now we're our full complement of international workers, and we will be hard pressed to make this extra hour. It's 4 hours a day for people, for every individual in the home. And I have a pamphlet that outlines the available services that the community support services. East Home oversees it, but it's run out of the old medical building, and I'll just pass that around later. And the other thing they do is stand up a fall prevention program for seniors. And every time they put it out, then they look at me and I went, no, not yet. And otherwise, Inspectors were there from the Ministry of Long-Term Care. They were on the premises from January 9th to the 20th. This is very demanding and time-consuming process, much like our ombudsman interviews. And what they will do is say, okay, I want to see you now. So you have to come off the floor, and it might be an hour or 2 hours. But nobody builds in an extra person to come and do that. So then you're short-staffed, and then if anything happens, ministry goes, hell, how did that? Well, it was because you pulled so many people off the floor from inspection. So it's interesting. I don't know. The last round of funding, they hired 400 more inspectors. They didn't hire 400 workers. They hired 400 inspectors who watch the workers who we don't have enough of already. So it seems to be an issue. I have an issue with it anyway. We did have first aid and employee wellness, and why we do this is to qualify for a WSIB rate reduction and a health and safety policy statement and workplace violence harassment policy. And because it used to be local health integration networks, the LINs, now it's Ontario Health. So every bit of paper that was done by the LIN is no longer applicable. It all has to be redone for Ontario Health. So it's in, I mean, they handed them out in their books about this big and said every board member should read it, but we passed it on and said the chair should read it and get it back. So we'll have lots of sleepy nights. And otherwise, the next meeting is February 22nd. And that's it for Easton. So any questions? Okay, then we can move on. First resolution is to adopt the minutes of the meeting held January 17th. So mover and seconder, Councilor Yam and Councilor. So it's R 2023-030, moved by Councilor Yam, seconded by Councilor Foot, that the minutes of the council meeting held January 17th, 2023 be adopted as published. All in favor? Next, number 4, we've all received our report from the Ombudsman of Ontario regarding an investigation in closed session meetings. So I will read in accordance with section 14(1)(8) of the Ombudsman Act, the municipality should make my report available, that is the Ombudsman's report, available to the public, and we ask that this be done no later than the next council meeting in accordance with S239-2 of the Municipal Act 2001. The municipality should pass a resolution stating how it intends to address this report. So we have all seen it, and we saw what suggestions they have made. So we should do this resolution now. I'll just read it first before. It confirms, the council confirms its intentions to remain transparent and consistent when performing its duties, including undertaking council training on procedure with the township appointed integrity commissioner and review and revision of municipal bylaws, providing direction on procedures and policies. So we have met with our integrity commissioner. All of us have had counselor training, and we will remain transparent and consistent, although the camera isn't working tonight. That's why I continue to speak up. So I need a mover and a seconder, and then the entire report will be put on our website, correct? Okay, so mover and seconder, okay. Councilor Kirby, Councilor Butler. They'll do is read it again, just so we are transparent and consistent. So it's number R 2023-031, moved by Councilor Kirky, seconded by Councilor Butler. That the Council of the Corporation of the Township of Nipissing receives the final report from the Ombudsman of Ontario regarding an investigation into closed meetings held February 17th, March 9th, April 6th, May 18th, June 8th, July 13th, and August 3rd, 2021. And the council confirms its intentions to remain transparent and consistent when performing its duties, including undertaking council training on procedure with the township appointed integrity commissioner and a review and revision of municipal bylaws, providing direction on procedures and policies. Any comments or questions? All in favor? Carried unanimously. And I'll say that we can't see it. The next one, and you read that in your package, and this person would like, what we're suggesting is that we refund the application fee less any expenses to the applicant, and information why we're doing this was on the back. And if there are any questions, I think good and fair thing to do. So there are no comments or questions. I'll give over to seconder, Councilor Jim and Councilor Kirk. So it's number R 2023-032, moved by Councilor Yam, seconded by Councilor Kirky. Whereas council has received a request for a refund of consent application fees provided for a matter that is no longer legally viable due to unseen circumstances on the part of the applicant. Now therefore council approves the refund of the application fee less any expenses incurred on the file today to the applicant Susan Faribault. Any comments, questions? All in favor? Carried unanimously. Next. Okay. Yeah. So we have, one of the issues we have is trying to fill committees, whether it be rec or cemetery or anything else. So what this is we are adding somebody to the recreation committee and advertising for the others. So a mover and a seconder, Councilor Foot, and Councilor Butler. It's number R 2023-033, moved by Councilor Foot, seconded by Councilor Butler. Whereas there are currently advertised vacancies on the Township of Nipissing Recreation Committee and Cemetery Committee, council has received a letter of interest in the Recreation Committee from Terry Lynn. Now therefore, council appoints Terry Lynn to the Township of Nipissing Recreation Committee for this term of council. All in favor? There you go. The next one, and I got from this is a subdivision of two small lots. They're going to put them together. They have one bigger lot.
Yeah, that's in the Tree North Estate subdivision in William Road. Actually, two pretty decent lots. He just wants to build a garage on one lot. We can't do that right now, so we can't build a garage on a vacant lot. So he's gonna join the two together, and he'll have his house and garage on the other lot. There'll be one lot.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's funny, so often we hear about them being deemed and they want to separate them. This is the opposite. The guy wants them together. So we're a mover and a seconder. Okay, Councilor Butler, Councilor Wynn. So it's number R 2023-034, moved by Councilor Butler, seconded by Councilor Yam, that we pass bylaw number 2023-13, being a bylaw to deem part of registered plan 42M 592 in the Township of Nipissing, not to be a part of a registered plan of subdivision for the purposes of section 15-4 of the Planning Act, read a first, second, and third time, and passed the 7th day of February 2023. All in favor? Carried, unanimous. Okay, now the next one, and I'm gonna turn this over to Will if you have any questions, but again, this is the information basically about the bylaw, about the fire department. This has to be updated, I believe, every,
We review it annually.
okay, reviewed annually. And is this part of OFM training?
It is.
Okay,
And it just gives the council the opportunity to see the services we provide for any inquiries from the public or.
so if you have any comments or questions or other services you want to add, everything you add costs money. I know selection. Spend a lot of time with the island people, and of course, they would like to fire both, but I think at this time, we need to work on getting through this particular budget. It's going to be difficult as it is, but perhaps that will be one of my submissions for the 10-year plan.
And we are going to have to be, by next year, we have to have a community risk assessment completed, which we have to look at every aspect of the township. So the waterways, the bush, roads, all that. So, but I can answer questions anytime. So I know it's a lot of reading. And so if you ever have any questions, just give me a call and we'll walk through it.
There's some wording to be updated in the bylaw, just titles and things like that. So what we need to do is just go through and make those changes and bring it forward on the next agenda. That's much of the housekeeping items. But if there's any comments, we can make those changes.
But right now, I don't think we're looking at any substantial changes.
No, just to make sure everybody understands it. And if you have any questions,
Right.
We did a thorough review and update in 2020. Make sure we look very good.
So that is an information item. The next thing I have is correspondence. Email from Ontario Farmland Trust. That's information item if you're interested. That's on, you can go to the website if you're interested. This is an information item. The minutes of it's funny, this is the October 2017, and then, of course, January 23rd library minutes. Steve has also already explained it to us. I read the letter from the Boston Agricultural Society. I think it's a request for funding. So if we're interested, again, the Ag Society is ready to ask for your continued financial backing. Yes.
What have we donated or given in the past for financial backing to the Ag Society?
We traditionally gave $100, and 2 years ago, we gave it to them. They didn't have the fair, so they just banked it. And then this year, they said, we don't need any, they didn't need any money for last fall's fall fair because they said, we didn't have a fair, so we just saved it. So they said, thank you for the $100, and we're most pleased. So that's what we've traditionally given, and they've always been happy to get it, and I've asked for nothing more. So,
We should continue, I think. Yeah.
sure, I think worthwhile, so we can put that as a resolution on the next meeting, and then just see if everybody agrees, and we'll continue our financial back. The next one, resolution from the town controller regarding the conduct of election by municipalities. In our area, we hold, you all vote in the municipal election for school boards. We are tasked with paying for it. Right now it's awesome. So there is no cost to us. And at the same time, we use the school to hold the municipal election. So right now, this isn't, it has nothing to do with us.
It does not impact our election very much.
No, it's no cost to us, but philosophy may suggest it does, and may ask for our support at a later date, but right now, no impact for us. And finally, the fifth one, the Golden Sunshine Municipal Nonprofit Housing Corporation Board, which is the Pines. I told you about that meeting in December, so it's already done. It's just an information I got. So any questions about anything in the correspondence? If not, we'll accept it. Mover at the seconder, please. Okay, Councilor again, Councilor Lockwood. So it's number R 2023-035, moved by Councilor Yem, second by Councilor Butler, that we accept the correspondence as presented. All in favor? The accounts. And was there anything jumped off? No. And again, if there ever is, as soon as it comes out, just check with.
Or if you have any questions here, I always bring all of the notes with us. So all of the invoices that we.
So a mover and the seconded in for this. Councilor Foot, Councilor Turkey. Number R 2023-036, moved by Councilor Foot, seconded by Councilor Turkey, for statement of accounts dated January 19th and February 2nd and 6th, 2023, totaling $180,885.56 be approved. All in favor? Carried. Yep.
I just wanted to update council that our audit has been completed. They're working on the financial statements now. Our financial statements will be presented to council by our auditor on March 2nd of that meeting. And I would like to schedule the preliminary budget meeting for the next council meeting, February 31st.
Okay. So I need a mover and a seconder. Butler and so this is number R 2023-037, moved by Councilor Butler, seconded by Councilor Foot. That this part of our meeting will be closed to the public as authorized by section 239 2, B, E, and A of the Act 2001, B25 for consideration of the following subject matter. 1, K, a position, plan, or procedure, criteria, or instruction to be applied to any negotiations carried on or to be carried on by or on behalf of the municipality or local board. Council will receive a professional opinion regarding the management of a municipal asset and past performance of a reporting of contract consultant. Council will receive a professional opinion on the disposal of a municipal asset. 2, E, personal matters about an identifiable individual, including municipal or local board employees. In E, litigation or potential litigation, including matters before administrative tribunals affecting the municipality or local board. Council will receive a complaint submitted with a request for legal involvement by the township. The time is 7:08 p.m. All in favor? Carried. And now we will excuse Will and Guy with the two comments.